problems, and that's something we can overcome. And then they were talking about unmanned missions and how they will, one, solve for asteroids. Well, they're solving for one thing, and they brought that up in their rebuttal that they're solving for one thing, so they're denying that that extinction is inevitable, but we also have like probably 10 more extinctions that they conceded to. And even talking about unmanned missions, how are we going to go colonize something if we're not there? Like, the whole basis of our argument today is without leaving the rock, we are going to die. And an unmanned mission is not going to help us in that in any way. So next, I want to go on to solvency, or why our plan would be effective. And today they've been really talking about this Williams 05 card, and how, one, it's saying that developing the reactors will take 20 years, and two, even if we had these reactors, the radiation would kill us. But we also had our evidence saying that this technology has been tested before, this technology has worked before, the funding was just cut on it, and that was post-dating their card. And so it should be preferred today in the debate, because we have already used this technology before, we know it works, and we know that we can get to space. And even if the slight chance that it is going to, that they are right, which we proved them wrong, still, we're in this try or die situation. Next, I want to go into their spending disadvantage. And what they're saying today is that we are going to cause an economic collapse, which is going to lead into war. But the Orion is only going to cost $12.9 billion. Now, that may seem like a huge number, but when we think of it into relations of our actual debt right now, which is $4 trillion, it's 9/10,000ths of our debt, which is really absolutely nothing. And even if they want to make the argument that's still going to put us into a recession, we read a card saying stimulation of the economy is going to reduce our debt. And our plan is stimulating the economy because we are creating jobs, and we're creating these programs, which is creating jobs, which is economy stimulus, and that was completely conceded by the negative team. So today, we are solving for their actual spending disadvantage, and these impacts aren't going to happen because we have turned their link card. And they also said that we conceded that we do need money for this program. Obviously, we're going to need money to go up in space. It's not free. But we also read an empirical piece of evidence that's saying our economy is resilient. So today, as we'll see on the spending disadvantage, that our plan is going to be solving for the spending disadvantage because we are stimulating the economy, and we are actually reducing our debt and making the economy better. So lastly, on to the Russia advantage from R1AC. They're saying that they read cards that empirically deny that Russia is going to bomb us. But right now, like we read in R1AC, Russia is starting to believe that we are liars, that we aren't actually completely disarming these bombs, and that we still have this upload potential, which could potentially make our nuclear arsenal so much bigger. And with this threat that they are perceiving, they're going to end up proliferating. And like we said, proliferation is going to snowball to other countries, which will lead to nuclear war. And nuclear war just isn't a situation we want ourselves in. So today, there's no reason not to pass our plan. We're helping the economy, and we don't need these retired weapons. It's the best thing to do with them to save our lives. And lastly, I want to go into the impacts of the debate today. Atmospheric pollution, ocean pollution, super weapons, chemical warfare, biological warfare, germ warfare, global warming, asteroids, volcanoes, and solar things, and the solar problems were all completely conceded by the affirmative team. Extinction is inevitable. Vote for ACT.